think my last question will be to you, Mr. Barshchevsky. So very often we hear about the opinion on the Russian legislature. They say that you can get accustomed to any kind of laws if regulatory norms are not changing. So do we have any stability trend right now?
Unfortunately, I could not say so. You know, even several years ago, I was talking about legal nihilism, and I gave a public comment for which I got punished the next day. You see, legal nihilism starts with legal stability. When our State Duma accepts a certain law, for example, the law regarding the transport tax, you remember this famous history when the United Russia accepted transport tax law within one hearing, and in a few months it gets annulled with the same amount of voices. I'm not having any statistical data with me, but as far as I understand, our law on bankruptcy got enforced like 8 or 9 times. Our criminal code got adjusted about 150 times regarding 1,500 articles. There has been 1,500 different changes and adjustments. So basically, our administrative code changes once a week, and our criminal code changes once a month. And of course, legal stability is an absolute must for the development of the things we were talking about. And I think lots of you have heard about the problem of law about laws. We have to accept a law about the laws enactment and enforcing. And lots of people have been talking very seriously about the moratorium, legal moratorium, regarding the acceptance of new laws. As far as I'm the last one, as far as I understand, I'm the last one to speak, so I've got to cheer you up a bit. I had this document, which, and I quote here, a law on the adjustments to the law on the adjustments to the law on the adjustments to the law on the adjustments, and I'm not repeating it. It's not Baden-Baden City or something like that. 7 times it repeated a law on the adjustment on the law on the adjustment. So it repeated 7 times. It's not a joke. I guess that could be a good sign of what's going on here. So we are the first state in the world which switches from socialism to capitalism. You see, nobody has gone that path and in the past. And for that, we have to build a certain legal basis for our market economy. On the other side, well, when Mr. Gryzlov closes another session, when he closed the last session, he said that during that session they accepted 632 laws. Think about it, over 600 years over one session. They don't have time to read it. They don't have time to analyze them. And from my friends who are lawyers, basically, at the beginning of the hearing, they had one law, and at the end of the court proceedings, the law managed to change a couple of times. So it's one of the most significant problems here, and we face the political will issue again. I mean, whatever laws you have to comply with them. Say there is an accident on the road with a drunk driver, and it urges everyone to change a law as if it changed anything. You don't have to change a law, you have to apply this law differently. For example, on Monday we are going to discuss a new law about an illegal immigration, and I asked the question of how many cases of illegal immigration they had the previous year. About 250, and 20% of them actually reached the court. And based on that, we are accepting a new article of the criminal code. I mean, they didn't even understand why I was surprised and why I was so ironical about that. So I guess you're absolutely right. This is a burning issue, not the most important,